Welcome back to the show, guys. You know, I just rolled back in from Kansas here 3 or 4 days ago. Been really enjoying myself out there. It's a different adventure, different type of farm, different type of country out there. And you know, it's a lot different not having done any work on that farm out there. So, you know, nothing set up, no tree stands, no food plots, none of that. So you're kind of at the mercy of the deer a little bit. You know, they've got to be on the farm obviously to capitalize no matter where you're hunting. But you know, I've noticed this buck I'm after, great big bodied deer, heavy mass, you know, kind of a tight rack. Seems like he's there sometimes he's not, so it's just about being in there on the right day, you know. And depending on how things go here in Iowa, we've got several tags to fill and stuff. We've got some deer to go after. If we get those tags filled, I'll be back out in Kansas late season and try and get that deer, so looking forward to that. Moving forward, you know, my strategy here in Iowa, late season is probably my favorite season nowadays. I mean, there's things I like about every season, but late season is so much fun because, you know, when you've done all the work like we have here and you've had a few years to work on these farms, that's when you reap the rewards. Late season, when they come back to food and you've enhanced the bedding around the food and you've got all the food. I mean, it's just dynamite hunting. It's just a lot of fun. You're watching deer all day long, which I love anymore. You know, if I'm seeing deer, I'm having fun. And so I'm gonna go to greens when it's cold, greens when it's warm, but anymore I've started putting my greens and greens in the same plot, which I'm a big fan of. That way you don't have to choose one or the other. They've got both of them right there. So just doubles your odds, in my opinion. You know, that's basically my go-to for everything, is just, you know, try to up your odds any way you can, and putting multiple food sources in one plot is a great strategy, I think. So I think a big key to that is that bedding cover close to the food source. So, you know, I might set up on whatever food source it is, whether it's green or grain, just because it's close to where I feel like he's bedded. And that's key as well. So when you get that situation, you just got to have some kind of food there, and they're going to hit that first food when they come out of bed, and then they might move to destination ag or whatever later in the evening or at night. But when you have those food sources like that close to bedding, they're dynamite. And you know, we also talk about a lot of these movement triggers, you know, switch and wind direction. There's a lot of different ones, barometer and stuff, that, you know, Mitch is going to dive into that very thing, how you can capitalize on these different movement triggers. So let's join Mitch Mollerus on his hunt, and he's going to show us how to capitalize on that. And then after that, you guys are going to come back and join me on a late season gun hunt. So I appreciate you guys watching.
Just in case he is bedded in this slow down here. Well, it is December 3rd, and me and Tyler are getting back after it here. We've kind of taken a bit of a break. Enjoyed Thanksgiving and kind of just relaxing and resting up, but in the meantime we've been, cutty back cameras have been going off, and out here with me and Tyler hunt, there's two old deer out here. One of them called jackalope, because I mean it just looks just like a jackalope does, and the other one's really nameless, and that deer's been nameless since, we know we had him back around 2020 2021. You know, Tyler just pulled his phone up. We know we've had him since 21 and as early as 20. He's ancient. He's got to be at least 7 years old. Sure enough, he's been showing up right here on this food plot. He's daylighted here the last 2 nights, and we decided tonight we're going to try to make a move on him and get in here and hunt. We got a nice bluebird day, but the main reason we chose tonight to hunt over the other nights is because it's the first south wind after at least probably 7 days of north winds. So with that being said, you know, typically the deer really move good on those wind switches like that. So we're anticipating a good night tonight. Like I said, it's the first bluebird day we've had in a few days, so it should be a pretty good evening. And hopefully he does it again. I'm hoping we're not too late. Sometimes if you're kind of chasing the camera, if you will, and you don't get on them, you don't anticipate their next move, you're behind them a bit. So I'm a little worried we might be behind him, but we're going to start hunting this quite a bit and see if we can't get this deer down. It's probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock, so this should be up moving here pretty soon. so close, Bryce. The sun's shining on you. There's 6 on the food plot, 7 stepping out right now, 8 right behind her. They're all coming. A couple big does coming here. She said, wait a minute. I don't think so there, sister. We're fired up tonight. Go ahead and raise it if you can. It's absolutely you know. There he comes. Turn the GoPro on at that. I can't see my function. I can't see. Yeah, you're gonna be. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just take your time. You ready? Crusty dude. Crusty. Watch him. I can see him right there. I can't believe it. I don't know how, like I said, like I talked about earlier, that's probably a 7 or 8-year-old whitetail. Tyler started seeing some deer coming out into that cut cornfield down here. And while these does are running around playing, I mean, the deer are moving great. Like I said, that first south wind, man, these deer are moving all over. Tyler said, Mitch, he's right here, and he was already at probably 30, 40 yards. And I'm telling you, I mean, heart's pounding. We got everything dialed in, felt real good. He was right here, 15 yards. That was an absolute blast. Dude, he's dead 50 yards off the food plot.
Congrats, which one?
The old 8, not jackalope, the other one.
That's crazy.
First south wind. Instant blood, dude. Should be laying right over here. Oh, man. There he is. He's done.
Congrats, brother.
Thank you. Gosh dang, dude. What a cow. Look at that thing. First thing how they do it, they always got to go to the creek. There he is. This thing's a steer, dude. Well, guys, that's about as short and sweet as you could ever ask for. This deer had shown up. This year he showed up a little bit earlier on during the rut, and then he disappeared for a while, and he showed up right there, right around Missouri's rifle season. Like I said earlier, we've known this deer since, we believe 2020, for sure 2021. And we think he was at least 4 back in 21, and that would put him at 7 years old this year. And he is just an absolute steer of a deer. Huge neck, big melon head on him. And going into tonight, the game plan, we had been going on probably at least 7 consecutive northerly winds. And once he was showing up daylight like that, and we looked into the forecast and seen that we had a south wind coming. And that first south wind, or just that wind switch, if you have several consecutive south winds and then get a north,
or vice versa, several consecutive norths twist to a south, they can be magical. And we've seen more deer tonight on this side of the farm than we've ever seen. And then with that warm up, they were really hitting this green plot. Once the snow had melted off, we had a little bit of snow cover, and every single deer was coming from up north of us, working into this green plot, and they all walked right past the redneck. It's just a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun chasing these things. And as always, we really appreciate these animals and the people that let us hunt their property. So they're the real stars of the show. Thanks for tuning in to Midwest Whitetail.
Oh, I love these natives for getting in. It's almost like having corn. These things are up 5-6 feet. Provides you some pretty good cover to sneak in. That's where that's called blue stem right there. Got kind of a bluish purple tint to it. That's your blue stem. There's your Indian grass. I don't see any switch here, otherwise I was going to show you what switch looks like. Here it is, October 6th. We got in clean. Love this area. I've gotten a couple pictures of a buck that's real wide, kind of short tined. So he could be in here, be looking for him, and then there's another 10 in here, looks pretty good. I'd like to see him in person, so. Heck of a spot. Again, we're close to cover. Early in the year, I love to be close to cover, so. I'll bet we'll have some good tonight. We'll see some good deer, I bet.
Got out clean, nothing, we didn't bump anything, didn't hear anything, so we got out decent. That's exciting. We'll be back. We'll be waiting for another northwest wind. We'll be back, so we'll see you guys on the next one.
Well guys, here it is, December 9th. This is our first time out. We're back in Iowa. Gun season's going. It's a 5-day season, first gun. This is our first day out, so we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to get it done. We're in here after a kind of a tall 10, a little shorter twos, but real tall 10. I want to see him in person. I got a daylight picture of him the other day, and I could see he had kind of a gray face with that dark forehead, the telltale sign of a mature buck. So any luck, we could lay eyes on him in here. We'll see how it goes. One of my favorite spots, but it's warmed way up. It's like 56, I think, right now. So they were really moving good a few days back when it was cold. If we don't score today, it's going to cool way down again tomorrow. It's going to be down to 28. We do have a wind switch going right now, so it's kind of out of the west right now, which is like this. Not perfect for this spot, but it's supposed to switch to west-northwest, which is more like this, carrying back this direction. So that's a pretty decent wind for this spot. We haven't been in here. We've left this alone like we always do, so first time in is always a good shot. Pow, baby, pow, yes. Getting all excited. Yeah, we are in here with my brother. You know, any of the old footage you guys have seen? You know, way back 2004, I think we started filming together. Filmed all the way up until like 2016, 2017, right in there. We were just talking about that the other day. It had been probably 7 years since we've been out together, so pretty cool to have him back out with me after all the years we spent filming together, so hopefully we'll have some luck. Oh boy, want some lettuce, don't you? Nice frame to him. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I definitely want some lettuce. Pretty old stud. Got another dude coming in from that point, just peeking over the hill. To the right of us? Yeah, by the rubbing post. 97. Really? See how much time's left. Everything looks good on my end, so you're good to go. If he gets to 50 yards, we'll go ahead and see if we can get him. He's not going to corn. 50 yards. Yeah, he is. There's still over 20 minutes left. Don't look like it though. Yeah. Oh, you like it right there? Yes. The way he ran there and he stopped and looked back, I was like, shoot, did I even hit him? Well, guys, I don't do this very often, but that is not the deer I'm after. I was telling Devin just then, I was like, I thought he had a little longer force. So I pulled up a picture on my phone to look at him because I knew he had twos a little bit shorter than his threes, which he does, but that's not the same deer. That deer looks very similar, but that's not him. He's got shorter fours. We'll go check him out just the same, so. Anyway, he's down for the count. There he is right there. Well, let's take a look at him. The old 350 Legend. It's just fun to take part in the gun seasons, you know. We're bow hunters at heart, of course, but it's just a good time. Yeah, sure enough. That is not the right deer, guys. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. It's a heck of a big deer for about anywhere in the country, though. Let's get a tag on him. My nephew's going to be coming in second shotgun. He's coming down to hunt with me, so hopefully we can get him a nice buck as well. Oh, pretty cool. Well,
Well, boy, that was a good time tonight. We came in here after this tall 10 that had the 2s a little shorter than the 3s, and by gosh, in the waning light, I shot the wrong deer, but we still had a lot of fun tonight. Got to hang out with my brother. We haven't been out hunting in, that's at least 7 years, I think, 7 or 8 years, and you know, he did all that filming with me over the years, so to get one tonight, it's pretty cool to have him with me and go back down memory lane. So at any rate, we had a great time tonight, good hunt, and we're going to be back for second gun. I know Rachel's going to be out, and 1 or 2 of my daughters will be out as well, so looking forward to that. And Devin and his wife will be out too. So we'll see you guys back here before long. We'll be back after the old enforcer, I can guarantee that.